Hey everyone, Jeff Sari here from Practical Drummer, and today's concept is metric modulation using the half note triplet, which is also called the 3/4. So basically, if you are in triplets, so hand-to-hand triplets are, right, left, 1 ta-ta, 2 ta-ta, 3 ta-ta, 4 ta-ta, 1 ta-ta, 2 ta-ta, 3 ta-ta, 4 ta-ta, 2 ta-ta, 3 ta-ta, 4 ta-ta, 1, right? Okay, so that's right, left. Phrase is triplets. So there's 3 notes to each quarter note. 1 ta-ta, 2 ta-ta, 3 ta-ta, 4 ta-ta. But what we want to do with the 3/4 is accent every 4th triplet, okay? So it's actually going to accent the 1, the first triplet, which is 2 ta, so 1 ta-ta, 2 ta-ta, 3 ta-ta, the second triplet of 3 and nothing on 4. 1 ta-ta, 2 ta-ta, 3 ta-ta, 4 ta-ta, 1 ta-ta, 2 ta-ta, 3 ta-ta, 4 ta-ta, 2, 3 ta-ta, 4 ta-ta, 1 ta-ta, 2 ta-ta. Okay, so if I'm playing the hand-to-hand triplets, all I need to do is put a right hand up on a sound source. So every other right hand is going to go up to the tom here. So it's going to be 1 ta-ta, 2 ta-ta, 3 ta-ta, 4 ta-ta, 1 ta-ta, 2 ta-ta, 3 ta-ta, 1. It sounds like 16th notes, right? But you'll see with triplets, 2, 3 ta-ta, 4 ta-ta. There we go. Up to speed, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see I brought it up to the ride cymbal with the bass drum. I added flams in there as well. So you can do whatever you want with the accent. You can add double strokes in between the accent. That's kind of fun. Something like that, right? So again, just quickly, if I go from basic triplets hand to hand on the snare drum, I bring, starting on the 1 ta-ta, 2 ta-ta, 3 ta-ta, 4 ta-ta, 1. Okay, so that's the phrase. You're getting 3 hits over the space of 4 quarter notes, evenly spaced. That's the polyrhythm, 3/4, or the half note triplet. So, what's interesting though is I'm going to show you a groove, and I'm going to show you a polyrhythm based on this half note triplet, and we're going to go with that half note triplet as the new slower tempo, and you're going to see that. I'm going to show you how to get back to the original tempo. So what we're going to do is we're going to play in a triplet tempo, half-time feel, half-time shuffle feel. Think of, Zeppelin song, ba-na, ba-na, ba-na. Something like that. Or, a little bit more up to speed. So, any halftime shuffle will do. You can get very creative with the halftime shuffle itself. There's so many notes and feels to work with. But I'm just doing a basic halftime shuffle. You've probably played it 100 times or 1,000 times. But what we want to do now is, if I frame triplets, so if I was going to just do a regular 1 measure phrase of triplets, hand-to-hand triplets with the snare drum, that would sound like this. Pretty simple. Here we go. So basically, hand-to-hand triplets, okay? Now we can get a little bit more involved and now add this, like I showed you before, the half note triplet feel, just bringing every other right hand up on the drum. So instead of hand-to-hand, it's going to go. Okay, so there's a half note triplet feel, just bringing every other right, starting on 1 in this case. So it's the 1, 2 ta-ta, 3 ta-ta, 4 ta-ta. Okay, so that's the accents with the right. You can also displace it on the left. I'm not going to show you that in this video. But what I do want to show you is actually framing the triplets as paradiddles. So you remember paradiddle is right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. So since they're 4-note groupings, they're usually frames as 16th notes. But what I want to do is frame them as triplets, okay? So it's going to require you to get a little mentally focused here and really count it out. So instead of 1 E and a 2 E and a, I'm going to count them as triplets. And you're going to see that it actually takes 2 measures to resolve. So here it is. 1 ta-ta, 2 ta-ta, 3 ta-ta, 4 ta-ta, 1 ta-ta, 2 ta-ta, 3 ta-ta, 4 ta-ta, 1. So you can see it's the first measure. I start with the right. 1 ta-ta, 2 ta-ta, 3 ta-ta, 4 ta-ta, 1. Then it alternates on the 1 of the next measure. 1 ta-ta, 2 ta-ta, 3 ta-ta, 4 ta-ta, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's very slow. Again, you've got to count out the triplets, right? So the accents, 1 ta ta 2 ta. So I'm accenting actually just like I would on the quarter note. If there were 16th notes, I'm accenting still every 4th note, but now since we're in triplets, we're counting triplets, it's coming across as the half note triplet, right? 1 ta. Here we go. 1 ta-ta, 2 ta-ta, 3 ta-ta, 4 ta-ta. See that? Okay, up to speed. 2, 3. So it sounds very strange, right? So the first time I didn't quite get it right. I was still in triplets, but I kind of lost my place. But the second time was right on, okay? So that's the basic fill, but check this out. So once you get kind of groovy with that, understanding how triplets phrased as paradiddles fall over the quarter note, it accents the 3/4, okay? So you get this polyrhythmic feel going. You know, you could also just hit the accents, something like this. You know, to make the accents really stand out on a drum, you could put all the ghost notes down here, kind of like what you would do with if they were in 16th notes. So again, I'm just counting 1 ta-ta, 2 ta-ta, 3 ta-ta, 4 ta-ta, framing a 4-note grouping, right? The paradiddle. So you just got to kind of think it out. But if I put it out on the hi-hat, okay, if I'm playing a Halftime shuffle. Here we go. So you can see I did the same thing, but now I just, instead of the right hand up on the tom, I'm putting it up here, so it sounds more like a groove. While I'm playing the halftime shuffle, I just go into this paradiddle feel using triplets, so, you know, accenting the 3/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And I've also trained my body to go with that first hit. You know, but you know, in triplets. So it sounds kind of odd, right? But then I also went into the regular 16th note triplets, just 16th notes using paradiddles, you know. Okay, so did a hybrid there at the end. So here's the kicker though. You ready? Let's take that paradiddle feel in triplets and use that as the new tempo. So if I'm going... So you can see how I've shifted the tempo slower. So I was in this. Now I went to the triplets. Here we go. So you can see I've shifted the tempo slower, right? I've taken the half note triplet and used that as the new tempo, which is going to be slower than the original tempo. So I've gone from a halftime feel, that was a certain pulse, to the 3/4 now as the pulse, which is going to be a slower tempo. To get back, we need to use the 4/3, which is the dotted eighth note. And that sounds like this. So if I'm in this tempo, I have to use the... So I have to go, if I'm in this tempo, I have to go 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and there it is. So that's the original tempo, okay? Because check this out. When I'm in the original tempo doing the halftime shuffle and I use the 3/4 with, you know, the paradiddle sticking to accent the 3/4, a new groove at a slower tempo, that is exactly like using the 4/3 on that slower tempo to get back to the original. That's the exact tempo is that 4/3, okay? So the original tempo is the 4/3. I've changed it, and I have to use the 4/3 because I've used the 3/4 to modulate the time to go slower. Now I need to use the 4/3 to get back to the original tempo, okay? So it's just very interesting. It's math. It's like using the 2/3. You've got to use the 3/2 to get back, and vice versa, right? If you go to 3/2, you've got to use the 2/3 to get back. So try that out. I know it's a tough concept to think about, but you can actually use that tempo to slow down the bridge, a guitar solo, you know, to metrically modulate the time. If you listen to The Trees by Rush, they do a metric modulation. They go into 6/8. It's a different thing that I'm showing you, but the tempo is slower because they use the 2/3 to modulate into a 6/8 feel. So listen to that. It's bum 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 bum. There is trouble with the forest. You know, there's a 6/8 feel that's slower than the original tempo. So that's it for now. Try that out. Try the 3/4. Remember, triplets, you're just counting every fourth one. 1 ta-ta, 2 ta-ta, 3 ta-ta, 4 ta-ta, 1. There's 4 notes there. 1 ta-ta, 2 ta-ta, 3 ta-ta, 4 ta-ta, back to 1.